Hey guys, welcome back. So, the last video I showed you was about servicing maintenance-free batteries. Now, I'm still out here with this thing, and I've already gone through the cycle with the bigger charger. Now I've got the small 2 amp charger on a desulfating charger. And I wanted to show you a couple things and just kind of go over something that I didn't think about during the last video, but I feel it's important to tell you. You can see we are venting, and that's red because I've sprayed it with some this stuff which turns any battery acid it contacts red. So yeah, we're venting here. If there weren't cars going by, you could probably hear it. See the wetness back there. It's actually, there's quite a big puddle under that drain pan, and you see it's actually dripping right now. So your batteries, when you refill them and you charge them, they're always going to vent a little bit. That's just part of it. Every time a battery charges, it is going to vent a little bit. That's why battery trays always corrode. If you think back to my video on this one though, this battery in particular, remember how the cells on the right side with the hydrometer were all lower charged, and as we came to the left, the fluid levels were lower, but the charge levels were higher? There's a reason for that, okay? When you're charging a battery like this and a cell starts to go bad for whatever reason, while it's in service, it's almost always because the cells get out of balance, and then you'll end up with like one bad cell where you'll still have 4 good cells or 5 good cells, and then it won't hold a charge anymore at all. So what the reason for that is, your cells are all in series, and you're charging 12 volts across 6 2-volt cells. So when some cells start to get weaker than others, what your battery is doing is it's overcharging the good cells to try and charge up that bad cell. So what it ends up doing is boiling more electrolyte, or pushing more electrolyte out of the good cells, to try and keep the bad, or to try and pick up the bad cell, which is why your bad cells have more liquid in them than your good cells, or your better, more charged cells. So that's an important way to see it. And look, if you have a variable power supply, like something that'll put out 10 amps at anywhere from 2 volts to 12 volts, or even up to 20 volts, whatever. If you have a good variable power supply, you can pick up a battery like this without boiling it out, and you can actually rebalance the cells sometimes. And what you'd want to do, like on this battery in particular, the 2 last cells on the end were the lowest, right? From that cell this way, they got pretty even. So the 2 cells on that end would be 4 volts. So what you do is you pop your cap off, and you'd stick your positive electrode down into the electrolyte on that second to last cell. And then you'd hook your ground to the ground post, and then you'd be charging 4 volts. So you'd just be charging those cells, and you'd not be overcharging the rest of them. And if you could pick those last cells up, you'd have to keep checking your electrolyte with your battery hydrometer to see where they were at. But once you got them to an even amount with the rest of the cells, put your cap back on and charge at 12 volts and pick the whole battery back up again. That is the way that people bring batteries back, like recycled batteries, or refurbished quote-unquote batteries. That's how they do it. So and of course sometimes if the cells are balanced enough, they'll just put them on a desulfating charger, an industrial one albeit, but there you go. That's just something extra to mention if you're an electronics guy or something, or for any reason you happen to have an adjustable variable power supply. There's another thing you can do to bring a battery back. This one, we'll see what happens. We'll see if that reaches 100% today or not. If it does, probably be fine. I'll check the electrolyte again with the hydrometer and see If not, I'll have to get another battery. But anyway, thanks guys. Hope that helps you understand things about so-called maintenance-free batteries a little better. And the reason they're called maintenance-free is because you don't have to maintain them. They just go bad and you replace them. Whereas if you maintain them, you can keep them going for a few years longer. I don't know what happened with this. I guess I let it go too long between checking electrolyte levels and whatnot or something. Maybe it's just a shitty battery. But guys, check out our sponsors in the description below. Facebook group, Tactical Repair channel on Facebook. Other cool stuff I say every time. Appreciate you watching. Like and subscribe. We'll see you later.